I'm gonna be honest, this is a bad idea. I just got splattered by mud. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel today. I appreciate it. My name is Matt and this is Firewood in the Field. So today, it's January 26th, 2025, and this ice is finally starting to melt. So in East Central Missouri, we had a really wet Christmas week. So from Christmas to New Year's, it rained about every day. And then the first week of January, we got about 4 inches of sleet and snow mix. And then we had some cold settle in where we didn't get above freezing for several days. We had a few days where the high was in the single digits. But today, right now, it's 37 degrees out. Yesterday, it got to, I think, 44 or 45. So we had some good sunshine and some good melt. I hope I didn't make a mistake driving my tractor out here because it started to run it up on the top layer of snot, where the ground is frozen and then the turf is not. But I figured this is probably my only day to get out here and do something where the ground is just too soupy. So a couple of videos ago, I did some hand splitting. That's what I'm going to do today. We'll see how far I can get. I really did want to try to get a full IBC tote, a full 1/3 of a cord done by hand. I've got a start already. So I'm going to start with some of those catapula rounds back there. I'll probably throw 2 of them on their side and split 2 of those rounds. And I've got my tractor nearby. I'll just throw those in the bucket of the tractor. And the IBC tote that I already started filling a few videos ago is over there where there's a lot more ice. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So I'm going to split some catapula and take it over there. And then I've got some maple. So my plans for that tote, I want to do about a half and half mix. So, your IBC totes generally, if you have 16-inch wood, you kind of got 2 rows. So I want 1 row all maple, 1 row all catapula. And then when I load my stand or make bundles, I can do a mix of the 2. So first time I've ever tried to hand split catapula. We'll see how it goes. I'm cautiously optimistic it'll split as easy as the maple has. I read varying things about it. I think it's technically a hardwood, but it's the softest of the hardwoods. I know that when you burn it, it's about, my experience, it's on par with box elder as far as BTUs and heat output. So a nice recreational wood for maybe a backyard fire pit or campfire or whatnot. It'll burn in a stove or a fireplace too, but not the highest BTUs. Anyway, let me go ahead and turn the camera around, show you the lay of the land, and I'll try to find somewhere to put the camera for splitting. The sun is coming in at a pretty steep angle. So we'll just, we'll see how far I get and hope I don't get stuck. Here's the catapula. The biggest is right about 30 inches. I didn't measure it, but I was cutting it with a 36-inch bar on my chainsaw. You can see in one of my more recent videos. I think I'm just going to tackle, I'm going to split that round first, see how it goes, and maybe split that one. It's got a little knot. Then I've got a bunch of maple. Let me walk carefully. A lot of this, see, this crunches now, finally, but a lot of it does not. For the last month, this has just been iced over, like I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, I'm going to split a couple of those rounds by hand, put them in the bucket, see how much I get out of it. And I've got plenty of maple already bucked up here, and we're getting pretty soupy. But to show you what I'm talking about, how it's been, all that shiny stuff. You can see my tractor prints that are in it. That is just solid ice. There is no walking across that. You slide. My tractor can get across it going downhill. I can't go up it. So hopefully a couple more days of the sunshine and this will be gone. But how this shiny hard pack ice was, that's how my entire Woodyard was until really today. Started yesterday, but today is the first day I can actually get out here. Hey, Cherry, what you think? All right, what I'm using today to split, I've got the X27 Fiskars that I had in my previous video. Love this axe so far. I brought just a standard 8-pound maul. This is from Menards, I believe it was, Yardworks. I think it was on sale. I got it for like 15 bucks or something a few years ago. I hadn't thought about the rounds being frozen. Everything's just a sloppy mess. This may have been a bad idea. I can hear the water squish. All right, well, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna see how the maul does. Whew. Missed a little bit. Well, the maul delivers more force. Wears me out. I'm gonna be honest, this is a bad idea. It is really soupy out here, but I'm already here with the tractor, so I'll at least get one bucket full of catapala moved over to the maple tote. We'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna get stuck, but I'm gonna rut things up like crazy. And this is going in my roadside stand, so I want smaller splits. I can deal with some stuff like this. I might make bundles out of this too, so I want smaller stuff. Straight up missed. That's a bad idea. I'm gonna stop and call it. I don't want muddy, dirty firewood. Really wanted to get something done out here today. I'm just gonna have mud covered firewood. I don't want to try to sell that. This weather, this winter, I know I hate to, it's first world problems for sure. I mean, I got plenty of food to eat and a house to live in, but it's just been so aggravating. It's been a month. This is the first piece of wood I've split in over a month. I ran the chainsaw on Christmas Eve in the last video you saw I put out where I cut up the big maple in this big catapula, and I haven't been able to get down here since. It was either swampy mud like this, or then it was ice covered. Well, now the ice is going away and we're back to swampy mud. I was really hoping I'd have one day in between the ice and the mud where the ground would be solid enough, but apparently I'm not going to get that. So, apologize for you having to listen to me complain and whine, but it is what it is. Let me look at the firewood and see. Let me see if it's really that muddy. You know what? I'm going to continue. I'll leave this uncovered and let it get rained on. That'll wash the mud away. I just can't sit in the house anymore. I got to do something. Missed. I just got splattered by mud. Nice to have a couple small pieces. Cherry, let's put you in. Oh, God bless it. What's that, Cherry doggy? I'll try the ball again. Well, I hope that was entertaining. I just had to get something done. Tired of not being able to touch the wood yard. Really want to hold myself to my commitment of splitting at least 1/3 of a cord by hand. So I'm gonna go drive that around and put that in the tote where the maple is. All right, it's gonna be a wrap, everyone. I've had my fill of playing in the mud. I'm just gonna have to wait it out. So I think it might have been Willie's Firewood lately, who's been saying a little bit every day goes a long way. I tried to do my little bit today, but unfortunately, with how my wood yard's currently ice and mud, I'm not gonna be able to get to do a little bit for several more days. Probably gonna be at least a couple weeks before I can get out here and really do much. It's gonna be a few days just for the rest of the ice and snow to be gone, and then a few days for it to dry up, if not longer. And that's hoping we don't get any more rain or anything during that time. But it's on me. It's how I set up my wood yard. You know, I'm learning as I go. And I chose where I chose because it fits well with how I use my property. There's a little gravel road comes down the side of the house, and I'm working on clearing a spot to be a turnaround spot for my building, and then it would be a natural place to just drive down and turn. My eventual plan was to be able to come down that road, turn out here, and dump logs right here. And this is a little bit of slope, but relatively flat. But as I look at this, you know, I've lived in this house for 15 years, and this is the first year we've ever had this. It's not uncommon to get snow in Missouri. It's not uncommon to get ice. What is uncommon is this 2 to 3 inches, just a thick layer of ice over everything for a month. So I'm not going to make a too hasty of a decision yet. This has worked well for me down here. It's far enough away from the house that the bugs and the mess are away from the house, but it's not all that far away. I can go to the house and get a drink or something if I need some water or whatever. So I'll have to think about it in the spring and consider my layout if I want to move things up a little bit. But as always, appreciate you being here. Appreciate it even more. Consider to hit that like and subscribe button. From Matt at Firewood in the Field. See you next time.